Fran Triplett, 3616 Northwood Drive.
Let's give her our best attention, please, everyone. Thank you.
As we sit here now, my husband, as well as Mounted Patrol, other uniformed officers, fire and rescue, since this morning have had to shut the interstate down due to search for body parts after the horrific wreck the other night. At the end of your day today, will you have to try to remove that image of carrying a foot, an arm, or a body part from your head? Or will your hardest task be to say, I had to listen to Ms. Triplett? Will the mayor's toughest part of his day be to figure out how to strip more of our benefits so he can spend more of our money? None of you, including the mayor, can compare your bad day to our public servant's bad day. Mayor Wharton talks about making tough decisions. It takes a leader to make a tough decision. Mayor Wharton has proved he is not a leader, but yet has represented himself and his administration as cowards. An example of a coward is somebody who, instead of sitting down to talk to the men and women who stand beside and protect him, as well as all of us, to talk about their benefits and negotiate, dumps it in y'all's lap, makes you the ones that are going to be responsible for saying yes or no to benefits and not allowed to ask any questions. That's a coward, not a leader. Mayor Wharton stated in his presentation this afternoon that he wants us to act in the best of the city's in the city's best interest. I have not seen that yet. You can form your own decision of whether our mayor now is a leader or a coward. In my opinion, I want a leader, not a coward, and we have a coward. He's put us through the mill, starting with all of our policyholders were assumed to be married and tobacco users. We were wrongly charged. The information provided by the city to Cigna was contradictory to the information the city provided to policyholders. Overcharging policyholders for prescription expenses, spousal surcharge errors, retiree dependents that were treated with separate policies, and is now we're still having problems with that. They can't track deductibles, they can't track premiums. We have one here today who is still fighting that battle, and yet no answer. I have over 200 names of people that have been wrongly charged with insurance and wrongly audited or haven't received the audit. We've talked about the audit now in 2 separate council meetings, and there's still no answers. The administration states that they're doing the audit to prove who's eligible for insurance, but yet they don't even know who they're auditing. We were told today that a contract is just a generic piece of paper. The last time I checked, a contract was a law-binding signature from the city with BMI. We were told today that's not correct. There's never an answer for any of you that ask questions or any of us that ask questions. When are you going to be tired of this? They can find money for everything else that we need, but they can't find money to pay the people who protect and serve you. They stated today that a marriage certificate in our file that was provided when we originally got insurance doesn't prove we're married. If it doesn't prove we're married in the file that we already have existing, why are they asking for it again? A copy of a marriage license is a copy of a marriage license. They're requiring birth certificates for our natural children. We've provided that once to all of you, or the administration. Why is that not acceptable? They stated that you could have marked on it. That doesn't make sense. Pre-65 retiree subsidy verification and insurance inquiry. What they're asking for does not prove eligibility. What my 2013 tax return says doesn't tell you whether I'm eligible now or not. It states in their letter that we may redact all financial information and our social security number, but yet they're rejecting people for doing it. They have audited a couple who is a retiree. They audited the spouse. The spouse is not even on the city insurance, and they've refused to process that audit. When you call BMI, there is long wait times. Council members have proved that. The response today was that's not correct. BMI was not provided that there was an extension on the audit. They found out through callers. That is unacceptable. When you ask our HR director questions about the audit that he himself, along with the mayor and the administration, are requiring us to do, he refuses to speak to us and has told his staff not to speak to us. That is unacceptable. If he cannot perform the job of a director, he needs to be removed. When you look at the city's website for frequently asked questions and answered, the last time it was updated was 7/9 of 2014. You combined all of these issues with the same issues I spoke of 4 weeks ago. The reasons for separating pre-65 from their dependents. There's no way to track these claims. We've proved it. We've shown it to you. We've given you examples. We have people that are paying extra expenses that they don't have. They already lived on a fixed income. Their answers danced around the question. When I asked, what is the reason for separating the pre-65s and their dependents? The answer was post-65. Post-65. Retirees with Medicare A and B who moved to the fully insured product must be linked to the individual's Social Security number. I never asked about post-65. I asked about pre-65. When I asked, how do you track the dependent? The answer was, we are working with Cigna to assure that all separate ID numbers that belong to a family plan are linked to a primary number. They couldn't get the first two numbers right. Why in the world would they be able to get a third number right? When I asked, do pre-65 and active have the same coverage? The answer was, the various plans have different coverage options and different costs associated with them. However, all individuals in the same plan have the same coverage. Those two answers contradict each other. When I asked, how do you calculate the rate for pre-65 and active of the same age? The answer was, the rates are based on the experience of usage of services of each group. Director Robinson stated that older people use more. We have many retirees who are retirees by default. They lost their spouse in the line of duty. They're the exact same age as I am, so they couldn't possibly use more. When asked about the in-network out-of-pocket expense, the answer that we got 2 weeks ago completely contradicts what was stated today. We were told that we don't have one, yet today we were told that yes, we do, and they just don't have to let us know about it till later. These answers are not okay. They're never accurate. We're never told the truth. And personally, I am ready for a mayor and administration that can be honest and transparent and quit telling us lies. When asked for answers from each of you, several council members have asked for answers to each of these questions. It takes 2, 4, 6 weeks. We still have people that have incorrect surcharges. Those were supposed to be fixed months ago. When are you as a council going to step up and hold this mayor and the administration accountable? It is time for us not to keep continuing to bear the burden of Mayor Wharton's inaccurate spending and overspending. Meanwhile, he's telling the media and the citizens that he won't raise the taxes. If we think for 1 minute that our taxes won't be raised, they will as soon as the election is over. I'm begging you, please help us get these answers, and please don't make us pay the price for the mayor.
Thank you, Ms. Triplett.